Yo, what is good, everybody? What is good, yo? Black Clover. Let's talk about it. My God. Asta doing his new special technique that he was talking about throughout the whole episode, man. I was about to be so mad if they actually debated us into thinking we were going to see it and bada bing boom, they save it for next episode. But that's seemingly not what this show likes to do a lot. Sure, it did tease that cursed form or whatever it is that Asta has, but at the same time, it never came. But in this case, he's literally saying he knows about the move. He's got it, down, and he actually uses it called the bull thrust, which was actually pretty lit. Uh, but I am definitely jumping ahead of myself. This episode starts with the beginning of the end of this freaking forest, man. This forest is getting it real bad. I feel kind of bad for it. But what we get to see though is just whenever these guys pretty much get into trouble, whenever they get into a huge fight like these, it doesn't really end well. And I didn't eat any food. Wow. Um, and with it not ending well, we know exactly just what could lead to, Asta hurting himself to a degree or like using his power so much that it turns into a problem and he literally, injures himself or while getting injured, he still keeps pushing himself thinking that he's okay and stuff like that. So, um, I'm really interested to see if they're going to keep that same like penalty for him. I mean, sure they did get rid of it and within like a snap of the witch's fingers, the queen witch. But at the same time, it still felt like because witches are treated in such a way and because we know nothing about them, I think this was still a good way to show their worth, to show just in certain fields, which I mean, we did get to see the witch who attacked Yuno, and her and Yuno had a full-blown fight, and it was someone that took his actual senses away, his hearing, his ability to see, his ability to feel. She could take all of these things away from him. So um, it was like the opposite with Asta. It was almost like the curse would give him. Oh, I thought I could attack with that thing. The curse would give him some type of power or something along those lines because he's, putting in the work, putting in the time to literally have it be like that, to have uh, trained with cursed arms and a cursed body. Curses probably are the last thing that can hurt you. Man, this fire is annoying. But other than that though, with it with him having his arm backs and him like spazzing out with just like swinging his arms a lot because he hasn't been able to do that forever. The man is happy about having his arms back. Um, they don't just give us this whole, oh, Asta gets his arm back and then he solos the whole entire, clan of these people that are attacking right now. Um, it's more of the case of like, okay, Asta got he got his arms back, but at the same time, the man is, still pretty weak when it comes down to actually attacking and actually getting things settled by himself, and that's something he's not a shy of, like that's not a bad thing in his opinion. Um, and that's why Vanessa and Homeboy is there because with them there, his bull attack would have not been nearly as strong. I mean, he could have found a way to make it seem a little bit stronger, but at the same time, it would have not done nearly as much damage with him getting his own momentum compared to getting it from them. So I thought that was a really cool way of that, keeping that trove of friendship, but at the same time, it's the friendship that is actually really making him stronger because of what it's doing for him in the case of pulling his body when someone else can react a little bit faster than him almost, and someone else being able to grab him and send him certain places. Like his attack would have straight up missed, and by going into a space and the portal, spiritual space, he all of a sudden is right back in her face. You know what I mean? So it's absolutely ridiculous how much he's using and vitalizing the string and the teleportation just because it's such a good way for him to get in close and get in and take you out. I absolutely love that team up, and I feel like that has a fairy tale feel to it. I know people don't want to hear that, but fairy tale definitely has done some of the best work on team up, like magic, like water and ice, for instance. They made that look super dope with Gray and Juvia. Um, if they give us an actual guy or like someone more that has fire that can actually keep up with Natsu and doesn't slow down Natsu, he could have a partner to trade fires off with and stuff. But instead, he trades lightning off with Loxus. So that's what I mean. It feels like this whole like their powers are definitely great in their own rights, but with Asta as their main focus of using their powers and attacking, man, it gets a whole lot stronger with him being a part of their attack string. So, um, again, a really really good job with that, and I think this show is truly the show that people when I was watching anime like Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo and Full Metal Alchemist, Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. There were these shows that felt like this, that they put in so much effort for the character to feel loved and actually cared about. But not only that, they make you feel some type of way about characters you shouldn't even really care about. Like just seeing her remember Lars and stuff, I actually thought she was gonna come back too, but then hearing and seeing what she experienced from the Clover Kingdom, uh, it really pulls me back from thinking that where Asta's at is a safe place. And I say that because I'm saying seemingly because I'm not sure, which it could be some crazy twist, which I wouldn't mind. But from what I could tell, it almost looks like the person who went out of his way to literally kill all of the people that Lich is trying to revenge, and these Midnight Suns are mad that they lost, were all killed by none other than the Clover King himself, or the Wizard King that saved the world. And isn't it ironic that if he did that, one of these people are, we have like a couple of them that survive. What if they weren't all kids, and what if one of them became, a avenger of a sorts? And what we saw in the very beginning cutscene, which is why it keeps playing even till this day, the whole, oh, the Wizard King came in and saved the day. My God, he is so great. Like all this stuff, every single episode with it. What if the only reason why he looked so great and saved them was because that was someone from this village of people he straight up took out, and they just wanted to literally get revenge on him. They come and try to attack and end up hitting everything else but, and that leads to them, necessarily needing uh, him and he becoming this big thing, and the whole part of it would be messed up if he himself created that situation uh, to come out like that. So that is a lot to take in from one week, and to manage it with fighting. They really did a great job of putting out there that this could all be the Wizard King's fault. The previous one anyway, that had the light magic, or maybe there's something about this Wizard King as well that knows about that and maybe even had something to do with it. But he seems rather young. Well, like he's old now, so he was been pretty young if all of this stuff transpired. And I think we would have known by Lich's reaction if it was indeed him who could. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Just thinking about it overall, man, really could be because I'm pretty sure this guy has shown to use light magic, the new Wizard King. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm so invested in this show that I'm glad that this is still continuing the way it is, and seemingly it does take its little breaks here and there, but they're only like one episode breaks or two at the tops, and then come to find out one of the episodes turn into being a bigger overall arc just because, that's how the cookie crumbles, so all very enjoyable stuff. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself some Black Clover. If not, let me know in the comments, what is something that might turn you away from it, or even, you don't like it for certain types of reasons, stuff like that. But other than that, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I wanted to take out this monster for you guys, but it don't look like it's going to happen because my weapons are a bit weak. So, yeah, sorry about that. No kill. But I will talk to you in the next one. I don't think that there's really any animes on Wednesday, but for the channel, I might find my own way to get some more content on here. There is some stuff that one of my buddies have been talking about, so maybe I'll make him happy and do a review on that so we can have a good conversation on it. So, with that, everybody, thank you so much for the support. I am the Anime G, and with that, I will talk to you in the next one. And as Shy Lion says, bye bye.